Good morning, YouTube, and this is Site A, or AKA my backyard update. So, in this bed we have some lettuce, rosemary, some flowers, and a tumbling Tom tomato. Went ahead and pulled the potatoes in here, and then I put some beets and radishes and green beans in its place. We have 2 pepper plants, my pole beans, my purple carrots, some established green beans, onions that are starting to bulge out, and a few okra plants. Again, I took out some potatoes out of this spot, and in its place we put a tomato, a cantaloupe, cilantro, and basil, and some beets. There's my on-deck corn, and as you see, that's all there is to it, dude. That's all there is. Tomato. Something crazy is happening with the artichokes. Let me show you. Look. There's an artichoke coming up. Crazy, huh? We got the 2 eggplants. And we got a baby eggplant on. And they've been flowering, so hopefully there'll be more than that. Tomato and the grapes are doing really good. No grapes on, though. In fact, here's the whole tomato bed right here. Then in here are the strawberries, which I took out 5 volunteer tomato plants out of here. And look at the carrots going crazy with the seed. What I do is I leave a carrot in from the year before, and then in the spring it gets big and puts on all these flowers, and man, every little flying creature loves it. So the ants. Here's my mystery tomato. I forgot what he was, and boy has he gone big. Hasn't really put on tomatoes yet, but he's big. And then in here I have purple green beans and lemon balm. And here are the tomatillos, and they've gone really big and they're doing really good. Let some cilantro go to seed. Got cucumber in here as well. 2 tomato plants. Here are strawberries, green beans, and a honeydew melon, and 2 of the tomatoes in here. Some flowers. So that's the area I just was in. Okay, so the honeydew's doing really good. This is my Brandywine, pink Brandywine, yellow pear. This one is the Delicious that has survived the freeze. And this one is Aroma. More carrot seed. Here are my carrots right here. We come in here and we thin them out and eat them as we go. More of the tomatoes. I got some dying in there. I don't know what from. I mean, like, I tried to look at how I take the leaves from the bottom to give it more airflow, and then of course when the water hits to help with all that other disease and stuff. The tomato bed though. But most of these plants, all of them have tomatoes on. In here we have squash and celery and onion and potatoes. And this squash plant's starting to put on. I believe it's a yellow squash, but it just has male flowers right now. Lavender and sage. And then these are the smart pots. And they have carrots, basil, cilantro, beets. I pulled all the rashes and put a tomato and flowers in there. And some cosmos. And then this really big Rutgers is doing really good. I got tons of tomato on all throughout. They're just putting on real well. My zucchini, one of my zucchinis, and it's doing real well. I've picked a ton off here already. This is old German tomato, and it just isn't doing much. Maybe it's one of those tomato plants that does better than later, like the Brandywine. Never grown it before, so I don't know. More beets, peppers. This is yellow squash in here. Beets, potatoes. Purple Majesty potatoes are doing really well in the Smart Pot. Got the green beans in here, and I got spaghetti squash and zucchini in there. Some more peppers and tomatoes, and there's the whole tomato bed. And then cucumber and radish right there. Strawberries. This was potatoes. So far I've pulled out of these buckets and a couple over there, I've pulled about 12.6 pounds of Yukon mixed potatoes, Yukon and red. Big old compost pile. Here's the other strawberry bed, some green beans, and look what little guy is trying to get in here. Little moles or gophers. Potatoes. These are the Kennebecks, I believe, or russets, one or the other. And green beans and Smart Pot. This is the bed I had to build for the extra. These are all the volunteer tomato plants right here. And right there. And then some flowers and rosemary. I've also planted some peanuts in here, a watermelon, some carrots, some cilantro and basil. The on-deck corn just wasn't doing anything here. So I put another volunteer tomato plant in here, a pepper, a watermelon, some flowers, and a Rapunzel that was dying. Hopefully it comes back, I don't know. And then in here I have cucumber and a sunflower and lettuce. And then in here I have squash, sunflower and radishes. Here is my kale and asparagus bed. Got plenty of seed on. Some okra, flowers, more squash. This is pumpkin in here as well. Bush watermelon, bush cucumber. This is my Swiss chard flower bed and lettuce bed. Strawberries. This is the original strawberry bed. So I have a total of 5 strawberry beds. Tomato. This tomato plant's done. It's called Patio, and all the birds were just taking advantage of all the red tomatoes on there, so I pulled all the green ones because they were going after the green ones too. I'm letting this guy go to seed. My broccoli. He produced really well for me. Another Rutgers. This time in a pot, and it's putting on pretty good. This is Beefy Boy. I had to pull 2 tomatoes off him as well, so that the birds will get off of it. Some basil and marigolds. A Purple Majesty in here with a pepper. And then I let my cilantro go to seed in this bed. And then I have parsley, cosmos, basil, rosemary, thyme, and lavender and onions in here. A volunteer sunflower that's struggling. Of course, it's in a pot. Some chives and basil. The Juliet. It's called Juliet tomato, and it's doing really good. Pulled out the peas and put some beets and radishes in here. Bush watermelon and bush cucumber and some carrots. I took out a plant out of there, but it's carrots. And more potatoes. The black cherry is finally putting on. Finally, over here. Look at, I have all these extra tomato plants. Just don't know where to put them. The front tomato is doing good. The kids are picking off these green tomatoes, so hopefully no more will be picked when they get big. Our surprise visit. And in the front yard bed, there's not many vegetables in this. There's only some green beans and some squash in here. And then this is called the Jubilee Yellow Cherry. So this is the front yard flower bed. And then I don't know if I showed on my last update, but I got a dwarf Meyer lemon tree, and it's doing pretty good. I had to transfer it, so. And the birds were pecking at the green tomatoes as well. Stinking birds. So, well, anyways, this is the garden update. So go into my backyard and ooh, vegetable heaven. And then also starting some lettuces in there. I can control the temperature on them a little bit better. But anyway, here's an overview. My beds. So and these smart pots are doing really good, I think. Well, there's the whole garden. Alright, y'all. Thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you. Bye.